Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers alike. I do want to point out that for whatever reason, I was guided today to upload multiple readings instead of one long one. I got to listen to my spirit team. Every day is a different day. Some of my readings could be an hour, some could be two, some could be three. But I guess some of you needed some very direct messages. They didn't want it to get lost in a longer reading where, you got a phone call in the middle of listening to it, or you had to go shopping or take care of your kids and you missed what was meant for you. So they guided me to do this today. So if you were guided here, I don't believe it's an accident. No such thing. Energy is energy. So this energy called you. Your spirit team led you here for sure. But after you hear this reading, go onto the videos tab of my page. See if anything else stands out for you, because I'm getting for a lot of you, you're meant to hear more than one message, if not all of them. This is what flipped. The first card being the most significant, the Lovers. Wow. To start, the first card is always the most significant. The Lovers card. In this particular deck, it shows a union. And this deck also has words. They not all of them do, but this one does. And this one says love, harmony, union, love, harmony. So that's what's coming for you. Some of you might be like, well, in what way? Because I'm single AF at the moment, right? And that may be true. So let's get more information. Why did the Lovers come out as the first card? Oh. See how everything changes? Okay. It's followed by the Ten of Swords, guys. It's followed by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is all about endings, things being final, closure, okay? Feeling backstabbed, feeling exhausted, feeling like you don't have the energy to date anymore, feeling like you just cannot even fathom starting over again. You're just tired. You've been hurt so many times. You can't even look, okay, at a prospect, a romantic interest. Okay. So what I'm being told right now actually is that there was a connection. Ooh, and I just split the deck. It can't be more final. It cannot be more final than the Ten of Swords followed by the World card. And this deck is not broken. I just put a sticker over it because YouTube flags animated nudity now. The World card is closing out of a cycle, completion. Okay? Like that's it. Lesson learned, karmic lesson learned. Everything that you had to experience with this person was learned. Okay? But it's also a card signifying that, whatever you went through definitely was very painful. But there's a reward that comes, okay, from learning the lesson. There's reward that comes from not, from not wanting to jump back into a relationship immediately just because it didn't work out with the last one. You understand? You definitely went through something very difficult, but you also learned a lot of lessons and came out a lot wiser. And I am being told, whether you're ready for it or not, sweethearts, now that devil energy has been released, there's that devil in reverse, okay? And in this deck, the devil has a couple words around it. It says desire, obsession, fear, and shadow in reverse. Meaning there was a point in your life where you were connected with somebody and you were obsessed with them in a way. Your desire became obsessive. You were watching readings over and over again for this person. This person was playing you. This person betrayed you. This person took advantage of you. You connected with this person from your shadow, whether you realized it or not. Even you could have been married from that with them. It doesn't matter. It was still a karmic lesson. There was still a lot of shadow energy that you and this person had to heal, and because of that, okay, you guys mirrored each other's devil energy, shadow energy, obsessive energy, control energy, that kind of dynamic, that power struggle, that control, that where are you? Why aren't you answering my calls? Who are you hanging out with? Are you cheating? Third parties looking at their story. Did they see my story? Do they have an extra follower on Instagram? Let me look at the list. I mean, I know it all. Okay, I have friends. I've seen it all. We've all lived. Okay, who's liking their pictures? Who didn't? What did they tell so and so about how they feel about me? Looking at their Snapchat, looking at their TikTok, whatever the case may be, over analyzing. Are they going to come towards me? Are they going to do the right thing? You could have even been married to this person. You could have a child with this person. However, this person was in devil energy, and so were you. And this person made you drown in devil energy. Okay? Hoping and praying that they were going to learn the lesson, and they didn't. And that therefore then played on your shadow energy and made you obsessive because you didn't want to let go. You didn't want to let go because at some point you felt love with this person. You felt harmony with this person. And you probably still do, because there is an aspect of both of you, a soul recognition where, you felt it was a beautiful connection. Okay, but we learned now that you can't hold on to things being good enough. You deserve more. You deserve the ultimate relationship. There is no such thing as perfect. Trust me. You're going to be with someone, you get married, you're going to end up with someone that, you're going to fight with. You're going to have arguments. But it's not going to be devil energy. It's not going to be obsessive. You're not going to be left confused. If there is negative energy, you're going to be able to come together in union to talk about it, to heal it, to discuss it, to heal each other and not want to hurt each other. The person that is being put into your life, that's coming into your life, is never going to have you guessing, is never going to have you crying in bed. They're not even going to be they're not going to be able to stomach the idea that they ghosted you, or how that would make you feel, or that they hurt you, or they make you feel less than, or anything like that. You see, the person that I'm channeling that you were connecting with here, unfortunately, has not healed. They have addictions. I don't know whether you know them or not. They either were addicted or are addicted still, because I'm getting they still are, either to substances or third parties, serial cheaters, serial liars. They exist. This person, there are people out there that, and it's because this person has this ingrained deeply. For example, if they have an active addiction to some kind of substance, they grew up around a lot of that. So it's very hard for them to get out of that same pattern, especially if they're not actively going to therapy every single day to fight it, right? It's very hard. It happens. You can. A lot of you have. And the divine's proud of you. Because you guys definitely went from the Ten of Swords to the World's card, and you closed out your cycles and you learned. So the divine is so proud of you. It's a lot of people that can't, because it's a generational curse. It's so deep, and they keep falling into it, or they really don't have a lot of people in their corner. They were just life gave them all the wrong situations, put them in the wrong situations. That was what they had to experience. For some of them, if they are a serial cheater, it could be something that was ingrained, by a parent. I'm getting, that there are people like that, that say, you can't have a good marriage if you don't have someone on the side, even if they never know about it. It's as sick as that sounds. There are many men that believe that, okay? And there are many women that are married to men knowing that they stray on a regular basis and are okay with it and be quiet, okay? Because of their own dark energy. They're connecting for the wrong reasons. They're connecting because they are, they're financially, they're given money. They're taken care of financially, as long as they don't complain about the fact that they go out every night with other people and things like that. All those kind of relationships exist. And whatever people accept in this lifetime is their business, but you were not put on this planet to experience that kind of love. You were put on this planet to experience soul love, real love, love where you are in union, harmony, where you are cared for deeply, okay? There's an abandonment wound that you have somewhere deep down inside, whether you recognize it or not, that wasn't healed. Okay, which is the reason why you allowed yourself to connect with someone like this and think it was okay to deal with this. And you might be asking yourself, okay, but I was never abandoned. So how did this happen? No one abandoned me that you know of, though, Spirit is saying, right? Sometimes we have what we think are the best parents, and they might literally be the best parents, and they did everything that they could for us. And there's no reason to hate your parents. You've got to still love them because they did what they could. Right? But maybe they didn't know, they weren't very emotional, right? They didn't speak to you emotionally. You never felt safe to talk about your emotions with your parents. Not that they were bad parents, but that's just the way that they were, right? Without you even recognizing, that is an example of a neglect in one way or another. That's a wound. That is a wound. That is a wound, which would then allow you to connect with others, right? That, and I'm not sharing anything for no reason, that do speak to you and fill that wound, right? Let's say you've had plenty of on the good days with this person. You used to sit for hours and talk about all your emotions, and you were able to speak emotionally free with this person, etc. And that is why you fell in love with them so deeply, because they filled a void that you already had inside that you might have not even known you had. But in turn, that void was so deep within you that you were accepted the fact that they were in deep devil energy and also simultaneously hurting you, because you didn't want to lose that, because you never really had that. Well, it's time. The divine sees that you got closure. You learned the lesson. It hurt a lot. You learned the lesson, and now you're going to be rewarded. Okay? You are going to be sent somebody that's never going to have you second guessing. That's never going to have you in the energy of obsession or desire or fear. That devil energy is released. Tell me. Hold on. That was an accident. That thing fell all over me. I was just trying to not make this a disaster here. Whoa! This just kind of made its way to the reading somehow. It just flipped. Five of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. The Five of Pentacles is about struggle, hardship, loss, being left out in the cold. It's the energy of lack. Why is that here? Next to the Knight of Swords. Highs, lows, conflict, tension, highs, lows, conflict. It says it all over. I think they're just confirming everything, that I already channeled about what you went through with this person over and over again. And I'm so sorry that you went through that. Somebody could have left you out in the cold. There was a lot of hardship, loss, struggle, highs and lows all the time. You don't deserve that anymore. Did this other person learn their lesson? Let's just confirm. This other person. Spirit can't be any more clear than that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. Literally, the creator, God, is telling you no. The creator of the problems, no, they did not. They did not. I just wanted to confirm if this was a reconciliation reading or if it's everything I was channeling. I don't know why I doubt myself because I'm channeling the divine, but I'm a human being, No, they didn't. Okay? However, it could have been very hard for a lot of you to move forward and, start a new beginning. Okay? Without this person. For the simple fact there could have been a financial aspect to it, right? Maybe you were married. Divorces, it's not easy. Maybe you were... They did give me that example of some people that stay in unhealthy relationships because of the financial aspect, even knowing that every night they're out, cheating. And some people choose to stay. But the divine says that you are meant to have so much more. And you accepted possibly struggling, possibly going through some kind of hardship, possibly going through some kind of loss, whether emotionally in your stability or financially. You accepted going through that, okay? Or the divine saying, if you're contemplating, what do I do? The divine saying, it's okay for you to move on and leave, even if you're scared of hardship, even if you're scared of loss, because they're going to protect you. They're going to get you through the cold nights because you are not meant to live in double energy your whole life. Okay? They're going to move you. They're going to push you forward with the chariot through your journey. Okay? They are going to guarantee success and progress. I want you to know that. What can they expect as far as a relationship or in their life in the next, oh my God, are you kidding? This is what is guaranteed to you. Can't be any clearer. It says it's the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is happiness. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful relationship. It's everything you could have ever dreamed of. But you know what's interesting? And this could be just for one of you. It doesn't matter. Either way, a relationship is being sent to you. But some of you are a single parent. Some of you are specifically a single parent of 2 kids. Okay? That doesn't have to be for everyone. That could be just for some of you. Because this image, it's interesting. The 10 of Cups usually depicts a relationship, like the ultimate. But here it just shows mom and 2 kids. It says prosperity, joy, family, contentment. That's what it says. Okay? So the divine's going to guarantee this. Don't be afraid of letting this energy go. They're not learning their lesson. I'm getting they were supposed to. You were meant to be with this person. That's what makes it difficult, is that somewhere inside that they were supposed to be your end all be all. They were supposed to join this picture, 10 of Cups. When have you ever seen a 10 of Cups without 2 people in a partnership? They were supposed to. That's why this is so hard. And that's why it was so confusing, because the first card was the love, harmony, and union card. What happened? That's what made it so hard to move away from this, because you knew this was your soul connection. You don't want to lose hope, but you can't lose yourself either. With the devil, sometimes the devil comes and swallows us whole. And if they choose to sell their soul, that is a choice. We all have that choice on this planet, don't you know? We all have the choice to sell our soul to accept the devil and change what was meant for us. Because ultimately what we think and what we choose is what we manifest. We have free will on this planet. As much as, the divine wants you to do X, Y, and Z to reach your highest outcome, if you decide that you want to start doing drugs, if you decide that you want to start cheating, if you decide that, you want to do everything except what is good for your soul, that's you decided to live in bondage. So that's why this is so hard. And I empathize with you, because it doesn't just feel like a lesson for you. It also feels like a serious loss. Okay? It feels like a serious loss, because it's like you're losing a rib, maybe, because it's someone you genuinely felt a soul connection with. And I'm here to validate you. Yes, it's because you do have a soul connection, but this person in this lifetime is not going to choose the lesson now or in the future. They're not. Or by the time that they do, you're already going to be sent somebody else, because the divine will always, will always give you what you need. It didn't work out with this person. You have soul connections with multiple people in one lifetime. Okay? They're going to bring you happiness with or without a relationship, but a relationship is going to be sent. Okay? A relationship is going to be sent to you. You're going to go through a period of some confusion. It says choice, instinct, passion, extremes. You don't know what choice to make. Your instinct is to want to go back to this person. You're going to feel all of that, but the divine is saying to you, okay, that they need you to be strong. Literally, as I said that, we got the 7 of Wands, which is all about protecting yourself. Quite literally. It says challenges and courage. Your instinct is always going to be to want to go. I mean, look at her. She looks so defeated. Your instinct is to go back to this rainbow, this soul connection, because of the passion. It's your instinct. But you have to, with that spiritual wand, protect yourself and have the courage to do that, because I'm confirming to you, unfortunately, this person's engulfed in devil energy. That is what they chose. I don't feel that they're going to get out of it. I have to tell you the truth. They're not. I'll confirm it to you, because you're like, no, I need to see it. 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 Oh, okay. You need to see it. I understand that. I understand that. I've lived too. King of Wands. The Magician in reverse. Okay. Whoop, something just fell. Hold on. The King of Wands with the Magician in reverse confirms that, because see, the King of Wands is somebody of honor, standards, wisdom, okay? Who maybe this person was, but the Magician in reverse is a manipulative energy, is a manipulative person. This person was energetically manipulated, and they got engulfed in the devil energy, okay? And they might come off as somebody honorable, but when the Magician in reverse is there, it's like everything that this person, okay, what it does is it cancels out what this card stands for. So if this card says honor, standards, wisdom, but the Magician in reverse, it means as manipulation, it means it's actually the opposite. This person is the opposite of honor, the opposite of standards, and the opposite of wisdom. This is terrible. Nobody wants to see a good one lost to the devil, but it happens. Hold on. Just look what's at the bottom. That's why they just had me. It's the Seven of Swords, honey. The Seven of Swords is the card of deception. The Magician in reverse and the Seven of Swords. Sometimes the truth sucks. The Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse is controlling, abusive. The Seven of Swords, okay, deceptive, manipulative. Like the Magician in reverse, Emperor in reverse, Seven of Swords, that combination is brutal. This is an abusive person, a mentally, physically, in a lot of ways, controlling, okay? A lot of deception here, a lot of manipulation. They weren't meant to be this person, but look, again, confirming the Eight of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups is walking away from somebody. They're not walking away from this energy. They're not going to make the choice, or they're going to make that choice way too far in the future. And the divine literally does not want you to continue to waste precious your energy, because you're wasting away this in this Five of Pentacles energy, this loss, this hardship, these highs, these lows. You're losing yourself. Okay, so have the courage to move on if you haven't already, even, or maybe you have, but just not energetically. Okay, this is hard. I know it's hard, but look, the Star card. But the divine wants you to heal. There is hope. There is faith. There's faith. The divine's going to heal you. The divine's going to heal you. Okay? And send you. Look, with the World's card. The World's card is the ending. Okay? It's not like, oh, this ended and now we're going to reconcile. No. When we get the World's card twice, it's like done, 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 done. Like that cycle is done. Okay? That cycle is done. Once you allow this cycle to officially be done, the divine light is going to come through and heal you, the Star, and move you forward faster than you'll ever, you can't even imagine it right now, okay? Because again, there might be finances in relation to this, but there's going to be help, okay? If you don't have a place to live, okay, I'm hearing for some of you, you might win a lottery, like, you know, when they have those lottery for like the affordable housing or something like that. That might not be the situation for everybody, but I am getting at least one person that is dealing with the decision of having to walk away from an abusive relationship, but just not knowing how. Okay, because of finances and things like that, and being afraid because of children. That's not going to be for everyone, but I can't ignore something that serious. And I saw it come out in the cards, especially with the Ten of Cups, with the single mother and the two kids. Okay, so you can't see how. But if you allow yourself to close the cycle, the divine's going to help you. I just saw some of you, again, like getting that email. I don't know in what state you live. I know in New Jersey, they have, look, the Sun card is divine light, period. And the Empress is the mom. And the Priestess is also, it's like me getting the divine knowledge with the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity despite sadness. The Ace of Pentacles is all about like brand new beginnings, stability, like money and offer. Even if you're sad, you're still going to get it. I just got an image. I know in New Jersey, they have this thing called affordable housing, which very few people get. It's like a lottery system, right? Like when they build new buildings, they have a law in like really nice areas where the rent is like $5,000 an apartment. By law, they have to at least have like 5 units per building to offer them to low income housing. But like low income housing, meaning not that you don't have a job, you still need a job. It's for like teachers and doctors. I'm not doctors, I'm sorry. Police officers and people that in standards of the United States make a decent living, like let's say 70 or 80 grand. But in New Jersey, it's not enough to live. And it isn't. And I'll tell you that firsthand. So then they give it to you at like a lower rate, right? But it's very hard to get that. I mean, you know, it's very hard to get that. It's like because like thousands and thousands and thousands of people apply, and then they have a lottery system and they pick literally 5 people out of thousands. I'm getting for some of you, you know, something like that. There's just going to be situations, people that are going to help you, maternal figures that are going to help you. You have support even though you don't see it now, or and programs like that, you know, that are going to help you if that resonates with you. Either way, you're going to be okay. If this does not resonate, if you having to like leave and finances not being a thing, if that doesn't relate to you, either way, the divine is asking you to officially close this cycle. I feel like you did try before. We got the world twice. You got to like officially do it again. Like just make it a point, because it's, even if this person keeps coming back, they are not, with the death in reverse means they are refusing to go through the death and transformation process. And they're going to refuse for a while. And there is a relationship that the divine has for you that is going to manifest, actually. I know you can't even think about it, but believe it or not, okay, sometime this year, I see a relationship forming for you. There is an energy that the divine is trying to bring into your life, even when you're not looking, okay? That's trying to come through, but you got to officially, for some of you, this is all energetic. Like maybe you haven't talked to this person in years, but the divine still needs you to like officially close that cycle, like bring yourself some closure. So this new energy could come through, because you might be blocking it. They cannot come through until the energy is right. Until, with that Empress that came through multiple times, that is that energy of receiving. Okay, you're not open to receiving because you're still clinging on to what happened here. So the moment that you're open to receiving, the divine's going to send you this new relationship, and it is a blessing, Ace of Pentacles from God. This person, this is the after tarot showing what happens next. This person is grounded, rooted, financially stable, emotionally stable, psychologically stable. This person owns their own property, possibly with that pentacle literally in the ground. For some of you, I heard they may be a builder. I don't know where that came from, or they have their own business. They have roots. The divine is trying to, with the star card in the after tarot, the divine is trying to send this your way. But again, look what came out in the after tarot, the world's card in the after tarot. I can't show, I'm going to have to put a sticker over it because the animated nudity. That's 3 times you got the world. Like, close out that cycle. Please, you have to energetically, so that this can come into your life. They can't send this what's meant for you unless you do that. And it sucks. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Hold on. This deck doesn't want me to use it. I'm going to pick from the Romance Angels. Hold on. These two. Okay. It's attraction and calling in your soulmate. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. It's just confirming, like, they want to bring this to you, right? You can't attract or call in your soulmate until you clear this energy. I know that you were hanging on to hope for a long time, possibly, but this person is just not. Look, literally, I just picked it up. You deserve love, and you're not getting it in the right way in this situation. You deserve love. You are lovable. You are lovable. Okay, and if this person ever made you feel like you weren't, that is not true. I'm going to leave it here. Love and light.